the NFL on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Patriots and the Jets, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the New England Patriots and the New York Jets. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and CD, you look at our quarterback matchup in this ball game, that's where the focus naturally gravitates, and I think we have a fairly interesting one here.
And I think that each quarterback wants to play this game with a faster tempo. They want to get the plays in quickly, get in and out of the huddle quickly, take just a few seconds at the line of scrimmage and survey the defense, and then attack. And I think that we'll see both offenses try to do that in this one.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here come the Patriots getting ready on offense. They'll be taken out by the product of the University of Louisville, the talented Teddy Bridgewater.
A Pro Bowl quarterback early in his career in Minnesota before a horrific knee injury slowed down his progress. He's a more than capable quarterback and makes the most of his opportunities when he's a starter in the NFL.
First play, Bridgewater looking to throw. The open man here, Renfro. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle it, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action, it's Bridgewater. And his throw is incomplete. This defense for the Jets, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. Being chased out left. And he wisely will throw that one away. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
On fourth down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
You want to talk about a driven player, partner. This guy is absolutely that person. He doesn't just have goals in this game. He wants to be remembered among the best to play the position, and he treats every game as an audition for that. It's a lofty goal to set for yourself, but we've seen his drive lead to some impressive games from him. Perhaps another one is in store today.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And a throw right sideline is complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They got 29 yards that time. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll set up a throw. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this one is incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
The kick by Carlson is good, and the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Bridgewater. Crossing route, and he's got his man. It's Renfro. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. Throwing, Bridgewater. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
So here are the Jets now to take over. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they got the victory last week against the Rams, so some good momentum as they come up 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And some room to maneuver. 20! And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one 28 yards on the ground. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Davante Adams, his second touchdown on the season. And they're able to add on to their advantage. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the...
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And Davante Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And Patterson not going to return this. It'll come out to the 25. New England trying to get a place on offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. Bridgewater's throw taken in by Miller. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On second down, McCaffrey. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Bridgewater. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 41.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's third and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Setting up the screen, Harris. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Second and 15. They'll look to throw here. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. First down, and they go back to Harris. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. They'll try and run with Harris. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Najee Harris, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. No return here for Patterson, so they'll begin things at the 25-yard line. The Patriots with the football here late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, here's Bridgewater. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Bridgewater, a play fake to McCaffrey. He'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
On 2nd and 10, Bridgewater. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
It's hard to be surprised at the miss there with the way this first half is gone. Here they were hoping to get some sort of momentum to carry them into the locker room, but even this doesn't pan out.
They'll throw now on the final play. Looking deep for Adams. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter.
Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Again, it's Harris on second down. And he'll have a Jets first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's first and 10. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. Now here's another carry for Harris. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Harris running straight ahead. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. On second down, this is Harris. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jets take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. What a great drive that was. A long drive, sustained, well executed.
I love what we're seeing out of him here in year 2, right? This young quarterback continues to evolve and grow. He's really the adage right now that John Wooden, the famous basketball coach, used to say. Be quick, but don't hurry. You can see that everything is happening for him, but he's not taking it at a pace that he can't sustain.
An extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 24. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. Throwing again on second down. Bridgewater. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. Play action now. Bridgewater. He's got Mason complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Now left side on the swing pass. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 45-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Bridgewater now. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Touchdown, Patriots! From 10 yards out. And the Patriots are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
So the Patriot offense stays out there, and they'll line up and go for 2. Bridgewater will try and throw. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but you identified an open target and put it right on him.
The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Now this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And they're going to speed things up here. They run again with Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Here's a 2nd and 7. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
He'll look to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Jets are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. So that drive there, CD, a good response, and that might be the one that gets them to the finish line, a comfortable lead.
Yeah, and that's all about not letting the team back into a game because they just gave up a touchdown. It was back to a 2-score game, and anything can happen in that situation. But instead, they came through with a really terrific drive right there that ended in 6. So you like to slam the door on teams. In this case, they're trying to lock it as well.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try to hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. To throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of it.
Oh, and Bridgewater intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And the Jets set to take the field. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he's got room. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Carlson on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And Patterson not going to return this. It'll come out to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers you would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. To throw, Bridgewater. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Bridgewater on first down. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. And quickly they get to the line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Let's go.
On play action, it's Bridgewater. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They go play action. Bridgewater. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out now come the Jets. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
It certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking deep for Adams. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions.
He's got a man, complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one are thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Jets, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for New England, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.